Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Rob Evans 365. This is day number 406, and I'm taking an early morning walk in some crisp winter air. Had a really early start this morning, 20 past 4, and have been working back to back for the past few hours. So I'm just taking some time out to record this, get some fresh air, clear the mind a little. And it was a very interrupted sleep last night, the kids and animals and stuff. So I'm feeling a bit tired, so I just need to wake myself up. So I've got a really busy day today. And so today is day 7 of what I've been talking about, what I started 7 days ago about moving more. And we've talked about a whole range of different things, getting you to move an extra 10% each day, and eating more of the right types of foods, more plant-based food, more fruits, more vegetables, more water, getting your omega-3s in, understanding what you need to do there, getting the right portion of your high energy foods in there as well. So one more thing that I wanted to talk about today is around your resistance strength training. Now, you've heard me talk about this before, but today I really want to talk to you about why it's our fountain of youth, because through, I guess, till the end of time, we will be constantly searching for what is the fountain of youth to make us live forever, ever. There's lots of movies in Hollywood about it. But I'm here to tell you that there is actually a fountain of youth. It's the closest thing that we have to a fountain of youth, and that is strength training. Because think about what the strong muscular body looks like compared to an old frail body. You look at somebody that is a little bit older, or even myself, and you look at their body and you say, wow, they look strong, they're vibrant and everything. It's because of the muscle that they have. It helps them look more vibrant, they're stronger, they're more functionally capable of doing things, and they generally age less fast, because a part of the aging process is the breakdown of muscle. It's the drop off of testosterone levels. Testosterone is what we require to build muscle. Men have more testosterone in their body than women typically, so that means that men are just naturally carry more muscle than women do, which again is a reason why most men will burn fat faster than women, because we have got more muscle in our body. We've got bigger muscles. We were built differently. Skeletally, we're different. Women have kids. We don't have kids. We have more muscle. That's just a fact of life. And the more muscle you have in your body, the faster your ability to boost your metabolism because of the extra muscle that you're carrying in your body. It's a really, really powerful weapon. So what that means is, when you're on a fat loss journey or a weight loss journey, the more time you should be spending building that muscle. The more muscle you build, faster it increases your metabolism. It's like an invisible weapon that you have to completely change your body composition. It's really, really powerful. So I think if you can understand that, then you'll always do it, because we're always wanting to optimize our fat burning. It doesn't matter whether you're an athlete or not. I mean, athletes can be some of the most paranoid in terms of fat, because each ounce of fat that they carry on their body, the harder that they've got to work. Like if you're like the Tour de France is on at the moment, so I can't remember how much it is, but it's like every 100 grams, I think, of extra weight that they carry on the bike, it equates to a certain number of watts extra that they have to push out. So obviously there's this optimum number that you want to aim for, so that maximising your output for the work required, if that makes sense. So We want to get those things right. Most people don't understand that you need to do the resistance training to build the muscle, and they think all I need to do is cardio. I just need to run. Now the good example of that is particularly women. So a lot of women, I think it's starting to change a little bit, but a lot of women will just eat like a rabbit, eat salad and run, and that's it. You'll see them in the gym and they're just doing cardio stuff, and their nutrition is not awesome. And they figure if they don't eat much and they just run, then they'll burn a lot of calories. But they're looking at calories in, calories out. Therefore, they'll lose fat. The trouble is, the cardio doesn't create those beautiful muscles, that shapeliness. It might strip some fat, but if you don't get the whole thing right, you're going to be getting less than optimum results. So this is why strength training is so important. It's so crucial to us. And it's why I'll be doing it until the day that I die, because it has just so many benefits. I'm going to try and list them all here for you now, but there are just so many benefits. Let's say, for instance, let's start with your head. Mentally, you're doing a strength workout, you feel great because you're doing something for yourself. So you feel good about the time that you're spending looking after yourself. You feel good about the feelings that you're having through your muscles, through your body. The feeling of the blood pumping through your body, that extra pump that you get in the muscle. So kind of like pumping up a little balloon in your, whatever the muscle is that you're working. And it feels tight, and it's almost like it's vibrating, it's humming, and that feels really good. Now, I find that when you're feeling a little bit flat, a little bit unfocused, a little bit down, you go do a workout and it's like, wow, you just feel so good, because it releases endorphins in your mind that says, I feel good because I've worked out. I feel good because I'm doing something for you. I feel good because our bodies are designed to move, and you're moving me, and I'm rewarding you by saying, I feel good. Really important, really powerful. Seems simple, but it's such a powerful effect. So if you look at my workout that I did yesterday, I did one the day before as well. When I came out of the gym, it was my chest workout was the one that I'm thinking of specifically. But I came out of that workout, and even though my shoulder is not right, I came out of that workout thinking, wow, I feel so amazing. I feel alive. I feel vibrant. I feel like I'm maximizing my health by doing these workouts. It's like, for me, it's gold. It's just fuel for my soul. It fills me up so much. I love it, and so that's why I'll always keep doing it. So your mind is obviously a really powerful impact. You've then got that physiological impact of feeling toned. And I think deep down we all want to feel like we've got toned muscles. I mean, we don't want to have excess fat over our muscles and be feeling flabby. You want to feel toned and look sexy and feel proud of the body that you've got. And let's face it, have other people admire your body, have your partner, if you have one, admiring your body as well. And you just feel good about the work that you're putting in to get the look that you have coming out. And again, I guess if you then combine that with how that makes you feel, it gives you a lot of self-confidence. Now, I think there's a difference between self-confidence and arrogance. I don't like the arrogant side of it, but I think for me personally, coming from that position in my life where I had such a terrible self-image because I was a really small man, and I wanted to change that. It had an impact on my self-image and my self-confidence, because I felt that when I was being bullied, I couldn't stand up for myself. I didn't feel good about knowing what to do. I didn't have the confidence to, step forward and say, do you know what? That's not right, the way that you're treating me, and I'm not going to stand for it. In my mind was I was too small, and if I stood up like that, then somebody would physically hurt me, because that's what's happened in the past. And I wouldn't know how to respond to that, so it's probably easier if I just don't do anything. And that was my life for a period of time before I said, you know what, I'm sick of that, and I'm going to change this so I do have the confidence, I do have the body that I want, and most of all, I do have that self-belief and that positive self-image in me to say, I like who you are, and I like what you're doing, and I have confidence in what it is that I'm doing. I mean, now when I'm doing more work around the world. Last year I spoke on stage in front of 2,500 people. When I'm meeting people internationally, and I'm working in the space of health and fitness, then I want to make sure that I look damn good. And I feel good about who I am when I'm standing in front of somebody, knowing that, you know what, I'm really looking after my health. I'm a picture of my product. I walk the talk. I'm doing all of those things to make sure that I've got, make sure that I've got my body and mindset in the right position. And when that all comes together, that enables you to step forward with confidence, and when there are opportunities that are arising and you feel good about who you are and what you're doing, you take that next step. And I know all of this may seem, inconsequential for success, but I look at many of my clients and where they have come from to where they are now, and a big part of how they've been able to progress their career, for instance, or a relationship, has been because of the change that they've had in their health and fitness. It makes sense from the perspective of, okay, let me use this as an example. Just started working with a client now, and she needs to lose probably 80 plus kilos to feel good about herself. And she was telling me that she did really well through this job interview that she went. She was looking to progress her career, and she went for a job interview and did really well on the phone, letter, whatever, and got to that next stage. And this is her interpretation. She said she went in for the interview. They took one look at her and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're actually not hiring at the moment." You know, one of those awkward movie moments where you see those things where they think, oh, obviously this person is, quite overweight, and we don't want that image for our firm. It's like, wow, that's really hurtful. But by the other side of it, you could say, well, wow, I hope she uses this as fuel to drive her forward to say, do you know what? That's it. I'm never going back there again. But what that's done is obviously really dented her confidence in applying for any other jobs, because it's like, how dare somebody, you might be overweight, but it doesn't stop you from doing the job, particularly the one that she was wanting to do. It has no impact on that. So that's very, very disappointing about the judgmental side of things. But at the end of the day, you can see how when you change the way you look and feel about yourself, then that gives you that level of confidence. And for me, I have gone from a very unconfident young boy to young man to now very confident in who I am and what my purpose in life is, and the way that I look and the way that I hold myself and my belief systems and all of that. I'm very clear on all of that, and that gives me confidence to know that, okay, I know who I am, I know what I want. If people don't like this version of me, then so be it. I will keep following, my mission, and the people that want to be supported by me or want to follow me will do so. Those that don't can move on. I'm not going to waste any time, losing time thinking about that. I'm going to spend all my time focusing on what's going to drive and thrive me and my immediate family and fitness family as well. That's what's important to me. And because I know all of those things, it makes it easier for me to step out into that, or stepping out of my comfort zone and stepping into the unknown, because I know that that's where greatness comes. And you get the confidence to step into the unknown when you feel great and confident about who you are, what you are, how you look, and the image, I guess, that you portray to others. When you get those things right, that's when life starts to change. And they're the things that I've been doing over the last 12 months, saying, do you know what, you want to change this part of you. If you're that unhappy about these aspects of your life, your career, then it's time to take some drastic action to say, no more. I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to do it my way. And you just keep moving forward. So that might all sound weird, saying that you need to do strength training, but all your strength training does is help create this body that you want. It helps create a great mindset for yourself and how you feel about exercising your body. It helps with your self-confidence, it helps with your self-image, and then all of those things can have a much greater impact on your life in other areas of your life. I mean, I have clients that come to see me that say that basically that they stop having sex with their partners because they feel like they need to get undressed in the dark. They don't like the flab that they see. Their partner stops touching them now because they're overweight and they don't feel loved. Their partner doesn't find them sexy anymore. That's really deep, emotional, painful stuff that you can change. Now let's ignore the fact that it's about a person and so forth, in terms of, well, the person still should love you and all that kind of stuff. This isn't the podcast for that discussion. But what I'm talking about is people come to me and they want to change the physical version of themselves. And the physical version can change and does change, but you normally find that the inner version of yourself changes at the same time, which I think is a beautiful thing. I think it's a beautiful thing because many of the clients that I see have always been in an overweight position and they haven't known how to properly nail it. So it's a great opportunity. And for me, the basis of everything that I do, nutrition and resistance training, the cardio, I think most people can get some simple guidance on that and get that right. But it's the resistance strength training and the nutrition where I find that people need most of the work, and then the mindset coaching. And that is the foundations of all the programs that I do with people. It doesn't matter where they are. I'm just about to do some work with a young girl that's suffering from some eating disorders, an eating disorder. And I said the first thing that I want to do is get her to start doing some strength training, because of the amazing feelings that you get through your body by doing that type of training, and how that sends signals to your mind around wanting to eat and the types of foods to eat and that kind of stuff, as opposed to just going out and running and doing cardio. It's different. Your body just doesn't feel the same way. So yeah, it's gold. It really is gold. And then let's talk about functionality. So when it comes to the functionality of your body, as we get older, what happens? Muscle dissipates. We get more frail, skinnier, just skin on bone, really, as you talk about an 80, 90-year-old. I mean, my dad, he went from being an athlete, a professional cyclist, being strong, fit, healthy, walking upright to, in his last days, was all hunched over and not even able to shuffle his foot forward as far as the length of the other foot. And you think, gee, how did all that happen? Now, part of it is the disease of dementia, but a part of it is also the fact that there's no strength training, so the muscles are getting weaker and weaker. So the key there, you stay strong. Keep building those muscles in the legs and the back and the upper body, so that when it comes to the functional day-to-day things of putting on your socks, sitting down, standing up, picking things up off the ground, stopping you from falling when you have a trip or something, that is what's really important to help protect your health. Because when you do get a trip and you're elderly and you hit the turf, then what normally happens? Well, what normally happens is that there's a broken pelvis or broken leg or something, and very often that can be the end or the beginning of the end, because a couple of reasons. One, people start to lose their sense of independence, lose their sense of independence, and that can be the beginning of the end for people. So we can combat that by making sure that we stay strong. I think, typically get to an age in our life where we say, I'm old now, it's time to get old and just eat what I want, do it, whatever I want, not have to exercise anymore. Maybe I'll do lawn bowls or something like that. Maybe I'll play some golf, go to bingo. But it's my time now, I'm old, and I'm just waiting to die. I think you may not say that, but I think that's the attitude that a lot of people adopt. And it's not an awesome attitude to have, because life is a gift and it is short, and you want to live it on your terms always. And that means making sure that you've got the body and the health and the vibrancy that you want to live this incredible life. And that's what's important. And the foundation of that is strength training. Because if I said to you right now, close your eyes, and I want you to picture standing in front of you a man, and it's somebody that's in their 80s. And I want you to imagine what their face looks like. I want you to imagine that they're standing there in maybe a pair of shorts and a singlet, or just a pair of shorts, no top. And imagine what it is that they're looking at or looking like. And most people are going to say, well, okay, I can see bones, I can see droopy skin, I can see wrinkles, I don't see muscles, I'm just seeing saggy skin and all of that. But if you opened your eyes and saw a muscular figure, you'd be like, oh wow, that's just completely blown my stereotypical thought of what it is that an elderly person looks like. It's because that society has conditioned us to view an elderly person as like you remember your grandparents. I mean, all my grandparents were frail because that's just the lifestyle that they lived. Nobody worked out or did any of that kind of stuff that I do. So you can change that. You don't have to live that life that most people live. I mean, every now and then you might see somebody online, you might see an older person that's looking quite buffed, and you question whether they're taking growth hormones and that kind of stuff as well. But I mean, there's a happy medium that you can find that is not, taking drugs like that, but you're still following a fit and healthy lifestyle with your strength training, you're eating well and so forth, and you look like a performance athlete. It's just that most people choose not to adopt that kind of lifestyle. I say let's change the norm. Let's introduce strength training into your life as soon as possible, and keep doing it for the rest of your life. Never stop, because you'll feel vibrant, you'll feel young, you'll feel alive, and your body will thank you for it, because you'll be functionally strong for as long as you can be, and just living life on your terms. So what does that actually look like? Let's talk some practicalities, and then we'll end this podcast. So I aim to build most of my clients' programs on 3 days of resistance training. So let's just say a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, typically something like that. You're looking at, it just depends. I do home programs for people that can take 10 minutes. 10 minutes to 30 minutes, I would say, if you're going to do it at home. If you're more motivated, you're doing something in the gym, and you're like me, I say 45 minutes to an hour max is probably what you want to be aiming at there. Anything longer than that, and it can be potentially an unsustainable chore for you. So we want to make this to be able to easily fit into your lifestyle. So I work on those timings. And we have a day's rest, up to 2 days rest in between each session, so that the body can recover. We stimulate some muscle growth. We go away and feed it. We allow it an opportunity to grow. The muscle starts to, dissipate, stop growing after 24, 48 hours to 72 hours. So okay, we've got to put some more stimulus in there. So we've got to get back in there and do some more work. Then you just keep going through that cycle for the rest of your life, and that's how it works. Now, if you're an athlete, then the sessions could be different to that. You could be doing anywhere between 2 to 4 to 5, even 6 sessions a week of strength training. But most people are either doing, if they're athletes and they're strength athletes, they're doing like a 4-day program or maybe a 5-day program with the strength side of it. You just can't train super heavy weights all the time. You've got to be smart about it. So I think don't just rush out there and think, okay, I'm going to go to the gym every day, because that's going to be fraught with danger, and it's going to be a short-term solution for you. I'm about what can you implement into your life easily that you can do forever. So if I give you a simple program that you could do at home. Let's just say that you're just getting started, okay? You're just getting started. 4 exercises, 15 repetitions of each, just to get you into a routine. 15 sit-ups, 15 push-ups, 15 squats, and then 15 back extensions. Now, if you're not sure what a back extension is, you lie on your tummy, arms down by your side, and imagine you're curling your chest up off the ground, holding for about 3 seconds, and then relaxing, going back down. It really works your lower back, and you can get your legs off the ground at the same time too, forming like a horseshoe, and hold it for about 3 seconds, go back down. 15 reps of those as well. That's it. Okay, that's 1 round through. Now, let's just say that they take you a minute each to do by the time you actually do the exercise and, breathe, recover, take a drink of water, whatever. So that's 4 minutes, okay? What I want you to do is then go back to the start and do them again, okay? 8 minutes, go back and start, do it again. So maybe 12 minutes. So depending on how fast you're moving, this could take anywhere between 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes of work, just 4 exercises. Now I picked those ones because they're working the big muscle groups, the major muscle groups. So sit-ups or crunches are working your abdominal area. Push-ups are working your chest and your arms. Squats are working your glutes and your quads, big muscle groups. And your back extensions are just helping to support your back, your lower back. So yes, there are a whole bunch of other exercises you could do, but this is about implementing some simple things where you can get started straight away. And you don't need any equipment at all. You can just do them at home. It's just about getting started. Now, the first time you do it through, you might say, I'm only going to do one. Just do it once. It's better than what you were doing before if you're not doing anything. It's all about just getting started. Just getting started. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Now, obviously, we can get a lot more complicated than that. I do athletic programs, sports performance programs, etc. Some people I've done over 40 or 50 programs for, depending on how long they've been with me. So there's always an alternative. This is about giving you something simple to start. Now, I suggest you do that same workout again every couple of days. So do it 3 days a week, and that will serve you really, really well. Simple, easily fitting into your life. And then on the other days that you're not working out, go for a walk. Just start off simple. Like I said the other day about moving more. Just move a little bit more. So you need to think, if you're on a weight loss journey or just wanting to feel good about yourself, then 3 days of resistance training, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, on every other day, focus on just moving more. That's the key. And the rest will come to you. And you'll be surprised that in as little as 4 weeks that you will be feeling different and feeling great about yourself, great about your body, and you'll be getting the weight loss at the same time. It's a beautiful gift to give yourself. There's nothing wrong with giving yourself something, a gift of health. I don't know if there's any better gift that you can give yourself. So have fun with this, because if you can feel what I feel when I work out and the results of this type of lifestyle, at some point, common sense says that you're going to take a look at this and say, why did it take me so long to start doing this? I feel amazing. Have a great day.